We are back with the Reddit video. What is good, Heat Nation? And we are here to talk about the final preseason game for the Miami Heat. Also talking about the signing of Drew Smith to the second two-way contract spot offered by the Heat. And yeah, we'll just talk about, Heat basketball, a little preview of the regular season. It is, I think it's like a week away, if I'm not mistaken. We play very soon. Yeah, exactly a week away. We play on the 19th against the Bulls. It's going to be super fun. I will have a preview out for that game, so stay tuned. But yeah, let's just talk about this final preseason game because this was sort of a dress rehearsal for the team, man. A lot of the starters, I think everyone played except for year 7, Marcus Garrett. I think UD or someone was on the injury report, but basically the rotation played. Everyone in the rotation basically played, and we played against a pretty good Pelicans team. Obviously, was missing Brandon Ingram, but apart from that, was basically fully healthy, and we showed. I think we showed out. I think we had a couple of really good positives to take away from this game. A lot of positives actually. We'll talk about all of that. And yeah, let's get right into it. Just one thing, if you guys have not followed my Twitter, go hit the link in the description. My Twitter will be, I do tweet a lot during games, and if you guys just want to share your thoughts with me on Twitter, with whatever's been going on with the Heat, go shoot me a follow, man. It'll be in the description, like I said. But let's get right into it. Obviously, we won the game 120-103. A lot of positives to take away from this game. I have a list right here that I'm looking at, but a lot of positives. Starting off, I think it's only fair we start off with Bam and Herro because those were the two best players from this game. Bam Adebayo, 25, 5 and 4. He had 9 field goal attempts in the first half. Obviously, didn't really play too much in the second half apart from in the third quarter for a little bit. Same with Herro. But I was super impressed by Bam's game tonight. I think that his shot selection was elite. I think that his defense is going to be elite. His offensive game is just growing, and I think that more than the three, because I think a lot of people have been obsessed with Bam shooting threes. More than the three, I think it's about the mid-range jump shot for me, because the mid-range jump shot is what's going to gain respect from defenders if he keeps knocking those down, or hell, if he keeps taking those. Like, even if he doesn't knock the mid-range jump shots down, even if you keep taking those shots, you're going to gain the defense's respect 9 times out of 10. They're not going to sag off of you. And if they do, you make them pay. And I'm super happy that Bam has finally realized how dominant he can be on the offensive end. His post game was so good tonight. Obviously, I would expect a little bit, better on the glass from him. I think that was the only downside to his game tonight, but I'll cut him some slack. I think he had a very good overall game apart from his rebounding. And yeah, I thought he had an extremely good game. Tyler Herro, another player who had an extremely good night to me. All the starters were limited to 25 minutes per night. Basically, I think Spo did a pretty good job, balancing out the rotations. The starters played 24, 25 minutes each. And Herro did a really good job. More than scoring, because we all know Herro can score the ball and he can shoot and he's ignitable. He had that crazy layup, but his defense really impressed me. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I was never a believer in Tyler Herro being a really good defender or even a average or above average defender. I never thought that would happen, but he's starting to prove me wrong with his defense, man. The step that he's taking on the defensive end is really encouraging to see. And even if, like, I kind of knew that he was gonna try to play his heart out defensively because he was assigned to guard CJ McCollum, and CJ is a tough cover for almost anyone in this league, and having Tyler guard him, like, it was surprising to me. I thought it was going to be someone else, but Tyler took on that matchup. I don't know if he was assigned CJ or he wanted CJ himself, but he did a really good job on him, and I think that he had 4 blocks, but I just thought his defense was really, really good tonight. Apart from the blocks he made, his lateral quickness was really nice. He was not getting bullied, even though he's like not the strongest player. He definitely gained some muscle and improved his strength, and we saw it with that and one in the second quarter, but we also saw it with the defensive end as well. So I just want to give really, really a big shout out to Tyler Herro because his defense has been excellent this preseason, and I'm really, really I'm impressed. I'm really impressed by Herro because although I do want to see him take a step on the offensive end as well, I think that the defensive step was something that I was not expecting as quickly as it came. And especially after last season, it's like night and day. So I'm super happy about Herro's defense. Jimmy was on cruise control, and it's very, very refreshing to see that we don't have to have Jimmy Butler do everything for this team to win. Again, it is just preseason, but I think we're starting to see a shift in who takes the most shots on the team now, because I think Jimmy is kind of in the mode where he's coasting. We all know Jimmy does not really give 100% in the regular season a lot of the times. Obviously, in crunch time situations, he will. But I'm really happy that Bam and Herro were the aggressors tonight, and Jimmy was kind of taking the back seat, making sure everyone was involved. I think he had 6 assists with 0 turnovers. He was doing all the Jimmy things that we know he can do, but we didn't need him to take over the game to win, and that's what I was really, happy with. Kyle, I thought, had a really good game, especially on the glass. 9 rebounds for our 6-foot point guard is something that you have to be proud of. I just think that the thing about Kyle is that you cannot just look at the box score and evaluate his performance. I just thought he had a really big impact on our win tonight, and I think that I know he only had 1 assist, but you're not going to be able to see the amount of hockey assists he had where he was able to pass to one person and that person was able to get the assist from Kyle's pass. So I thought Kyle had a good game. Caleb was entered into the starting lineup. I thought he was everywhere in the first quarter. I thought the fact that he was tasked with guarding Zion Williamson, I thought that was a really good test and a really good matchup for him. And he did his thing. He held Zion on a couple of possessions, obviously the block in the beginning, but I thought he held his own against Zion, who's one of the most physically imposing players in this league. The only negative that I really saw was the bench, and I think that the bench was okay. I thought Strus had a couple of moments where he was really, really hot from 3. And I really did like what I saw from Jovic, and it was encouraging to see that Spoelstra was throwing out Jovic with the starting lineup in a lot of periods, which kind of tells me that his development plan is like ahead of schedule, because it's very rare that that Spoelstra does this, where he throws a rookie into the fire. Like, he usually takes it easy. Like, he didn't do this with Precious. Like, Precious was like kind of more cautious. He was more cautious with Precious, and it wasn't the same. But I think it's because of Jovic's skill set and what he brings to the table. Him being a 6'10", 6'11" forward who can bring the ball up the court, play make, and stretch the floor. He complements the starting lineup so well. And honestly, man, I think it's going to be really hard to see a way where this kid does not get any minutes in the season. I think he's going to have to be in the rotation, because he is just a very integral piece of this team as far as the skill set is concerned. His spacing is so essential, and his skill set is so unique. The way he can pass, he belongs in this league, man. He belongs in this league. He was a steal at 27. I'm super happy he's on this roster. The bench, I'm not going to lie. I think we're all expecting Victor Oladipo to carry that bench unit, but the way he looked tonight, it was not the best. I know it's only 1 game. We have to give Vic some time, because, again, he's coming back from his first full training camp, and I think Vic is going to have a good year. We just have not seen it in preseason yet, but we're going to need Vic or someone to carry that bench unit at times, because, the way that Tyler Herro kind of had that bench unit afloat where he was igniting the team, we need someone from the bench unit to do that. And I'm looking at 2 players, Vic and Gabe Vincent. I think Gabe Vincent is also a player who can get hot, and I think that one of the 2 has to take responsibility for being the spark plug off the bench. Now, obviously, I think it's going to be Vic when the season starts, but again, you never know. I think the bench could have done better, but again, still early, very early. It's only preseason, so I'm not expecting a lot of these guys to be up, playing it at their full level. And then we saw some minutes from Dwayne Dedmon, who looked good. Duncan looked okay. He picked up a couple fouls. He's already in midseason form. Just kidding. Haywood Highsmith hit a 3. Jamal Cain got some minutes. Bouye got some minutes. Drew Smith got some minutes. Drew Smith. Speaking of Drew Smith, shout out to Drew Smith. He got the second 2-way contract. Drew Smith, I was not expecting it to be him. I thought it was going to be Bouye. But I'm not mad, man. Drew Smith against the Rockets looked extremely good. And he was someone, I think someone said he was like the most improved player at camp or something like that. He has really nice chemistry with Jamal Cain. He was here last year as well, so like he kind of knows the system already. I think this is a good pickup. Obviously, this means Marcus Garrett is gone, Michael Mulder is gone, Jamari Bouye is gone, Orlando Robinson is gone. obviously, best wishes to them. Wherever they go, I know they're gonna have great careers. Marcus Garrett it's very unfortunate, especially for him, because he's had the wrist injury twice now. Now he's out for like 4 months, or is it 4 months, or it might be 4 weeks? But still, he's out for quite a bit of time now, and that's tough because his defense is so unique, man. And I just hope his offensive game catches up, or at least becomes somewhat serviceable, because the way his defense is, like, all he needs to be able to do is just knock down a 3-point jumper, and I think he will have a place somewhere in this league. But yeah, man, that's basically all I got to say about this preseason game tonight. Again, we play in a week against the Chicago Bulls. We have a rough start to the season with 3 potential playoff teams, but it wouldn't be the Heat if it was easy. So I'm ready. I'm fired up. I know the team is too. I know you guys are too. And I'm going to be here covering it all. So make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe if you guys are new. I'll see you later as always.